there, it's time for a couple of daily word games. First of all, it's looking pretty good. I think I am actually at 100 subscribers now. It has held steady for more than a few hours. And as of this recording, it is still 100. Hopefully it will be even higher than that by the time the video comes out later this afternoon. But thank you so much. It means a lot to know that there are people out there who want to help me succeed. And I know some of you encouraged friends and family to also subscribe to help push those numbers over. And it means so much to me to know that, you're out there rooting for me. It's really, it fills your heart, because it means I mean enough to you for you to go out of your way to help me. And that is just such a lovely feeling. So I'm humbled, really. I really, really appreciate it. To celebrate, I mentioned this yesterday, I will be putting out a special video in which I solve custom Wordles submitted by my viewers. Anyone who sees this video before May 14th can submit one. Keep it family friendly, please. Avoid proper names, proper nouns. If it's a fandom specific thing and I don't know that fandom and I'm not going to be able to get it, that's not really fair. But, have fun with it. I've seen some really creative stuff from people, and I look forward to what you come up with. We're all in this to have fun solving puzzles together, so I'm not worried. You can submit custom Wordles through the Asylum's Wordleator app, which is incredible. I will put a link to that in the description, as well as a link to the Google form where I would appreciate you submitting your puzzles so that it all ends up in one place and I can find all the puzzles and they're not just littered all over the Discord. You can put them in the Discord to let other people solve them too. I have no problem with that. Just I ask that you not spoil them for me so that I will be seeing them for the first time on Saturday, but if you want to share them for other people to solve, that's great. I will put a link to the Discord as well. I have a channel there called, strangely enough, GeoGuessr Discussion, and you can feel free to post the links there. But if you want it to go in the video, they need to go through the Google form and into my spreadsheet so that I can find them. You may also submit custom puzzles for other games. I think you can do custom crosswordles, custom symbols, custom word 500s. I think there's one other one that lets you do custom ones. And if you want to do that, that's fine. Totally great. Feel free. Other than that, I think we're ready to play a couple of games. I'm going to be playing Quordle and Wordle Peaks today. So I did solve the Quordle on my own yesterday. I like to play a couple of games before I go to sleep. If I'm in bed after midnight, I pull up the dailies that have flipped over to the next day and play a couple. I usually save the Octordle for myself, just so that I always have something I haven't solved yet. That won't go into a video. And I not only did the Quordle, but I watched my brother solve it on his stream later in the evening. So I do have what the 4 words were, and I will continue my tradition of using 2 of the previous day's 4 words as my starting words. So yesterday's answers were glint, opium, worse, and droit. Droit, I've never heard that word before. I've heard adroit, but never droit, so I have no idea what that is. But anyway, I'm thinking worse and glint are a pretty good set of starting words, so we're going to do that. How's that sound to you? Worse? Oh, wow. Oh, that was fantastic. It was also, was it 10 fresh letters? I think it is. Yeah, it's 10 unique letters. That's fantastic. Thank you. So it starts with W. Okay, this has 4 letters that probably can only really go one way, right? It has to be waste. It has to be. Yeah, nice. Okay, and that gives me an A. So I'm looking at bottom left, A something and T. It's not an I, it could be a U. Vaunt, daunt, quant, maybe? There seem to be a few options. Oh no, what am I talking about? A is here, so it can't be quant. So vaunt, daunt, haunt. There's quite a few. All right, maybe I can learn something from one of these other words first. So this is, the G, I would imagine, is last, but it doesn't have to be. Could be O-G-N-Y, maybe? Is that anything? I don't think so. O-U-N-G, young? Should I try young? I think I will. Nice. Okay, so I was right about the U. That's good. I still need the first letter, though. And then up here, I've ruled out all vowels but A and E. It ends in E. Wonder if it ends in A-R-E. Could be something like, no, it can't even be like flare. It could be like that. Actually, it really could. It could be like frame. There's actually not that many options. I've ruled out a lot of the possible letters. I'm going to try frame. I have room. Okay, so I was right about the pattern. I was wrong about the letters that go into it. But that is fine. What else would fit there? Brace. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I can think of before I fill that in. Unfortunately, it doesn't help at all with the bottom left word. Brace. There's no T. Could there be two R's? Rare. I don't think so. Brabe, crabe, prabe, drabe, braid, prayed. I don't think so. I think brace is the only option. It's not. Oh no. Okay, so, oh, what about crave? Oh, but that's good because that'll test the V in the other word. Okay, so it's not vaunt. All right, so what was I thinking? Haunt. I do know it's A-U-N-T now, so I think haunt is the only option. Oh, haunt or daunt. If there are only two left, oh, jaunt is also an option. Jaunt. Okay, so I need to test two of those three letters. Handy? It is haunt. Okay, good. Nice. I did it. Heck, wasted a little time up here. Like 300 words in practice or daily. Cool. I should have realized how many options there were and maybe played a test word with some of these letters, but I had enough room and I got it. And I think it was very smart of me to test because I did have 3 options and 2 guesses. Even though it was my first instinct, which was haunt, I didn't know that for sure. All right, so that went fine. And now let's play another one. Okay, Wordle Peaks. Doing only 2 means I can take time to explain the games each time. If you already understand them, you can fast forward. If you don't, here's the explanation. So in Wordle Peaks, I'm actually going to pick a starting word from over here. That was haunt. Haunt isn't bad. We'll start with haunt so I can explain what's going on. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a good start. So Wordle Peaks, we're not interested in each letter's location in the word. We're interested in the letter's location in the alphabet. So the blue H pointing downward, you can see it's sort of rounded at the bottom here, it's rounded at the top here, so it's like an arrow pointing down. It's saying, no, you want a letter that's earlier in the alphabet than H. By the way, if you prefer, you can use, actually, there's quite a few options for the keyboard. Some people prefer to use the alphabetic keyboard because it's easier to see what letters are left. I don't mind either way, but I'll do this. It's probably easier to scan. I admit it, I haven't even tried it with the alphabetic keyboard, but that's nice. So I need a letter that's closer to A or below H in the alphabet. Here, the green A means that letter is A. So I got lucky. A is actually a pretty terrible letter to start with because if it's not A, then you've got 25 other letters to choose from. It doesn't really narrow down the range. Here, U is reasonably close to the end of the alphabet as well, and so it's not that surprising that the letter here is lower than U. However, N is actually the 14th letter out of 26, which means it's 1 past the halfway point. And knowing that this letter that goes in this spot is above N in the alphabet is quite helpful. And then T, again, the letter here will be below T in the alphabet. So every submission, every guess has to be a valid word, and it doesn't have to meet all these criteria. Like if you want to just try out a letter and violate the rule in another spot, it will let you, but you'll know it's not possible that it's right. So generally, if you can't find a word that works with the letters that you've chosen, they're probably not the right letters as a rule. But sometimes if you just can't think of anything, it can be helpful just to test something. There's room. You get 6 guesses. So earlier than H in the alphabet, I'm going to go, since I know the second letter is a vowel, I'm pretty comfortable using a consonant for the first letter. So let's try a C. And then I like to not necessarily split the difference, but try to find a, I'm not going to try T next because that will not tell me very much if it's wrong. If it's right, great. But if it's wrong, I haven't learned anything. So I'm going to try N here, I think. Oh, canto. Does it, if it's not a word, I think it'll turn red if it's not a word. So canto seems like pretty good. I'll try that. Excellent. It was a T. Okay. Now here's where it gets cool. Look at this. It's below C, which means it can only be A or B, and I'm probably not an A. There are not very many 5-letter words that start with double A, so it's almost certainly a B. And here it's been narrowed to between N and U. So you can see it grays out all the ones that aren't possible, and it also tells you right in the square, oh, it's between O and T. Okay. Now I'm thinking maybe it is a T. Oh, this letter is a T, so it probably isn't a T, because that would be a double T here, which would be a little bit strange. I guess it could be, I would say it could be batty, but we know that the last letter is below, by the way, you can click anywhere. We know that the last letter is below O, so it's not a Y. So it's not batty, which means this is almost certainly not a T. So I'm wondering if it's an S, because something like based works quite well. And it's right. Nice. And it gives you the time here. It took me this long because I was explaining it. Normally I solve these in between 1 and 2 minutes. These actually would probably make really good shorts. I might consider doing that once in a while. But in the meantime, the developer, Vegeta, by the way, I know is a subscriber, thank you, and also participates a lot in the Asylum's streams. The Asylum streams almost every night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 to 8 p.m. No, 5 to... Sorry, I've lost my mind. 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific. If you'd like to pop in, you can solve word games with the Asylum and me and a bunch of other loyal fans, and some of the game developers hang out in there too, so that's pretty cool to get to interact with the people that make the games we like. So just a plug for that. I will put a link to the Asylum's channel in my description as well. That will do it for me for now, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day.